Let's get ourselves settled on the floor. Come and lie on your back with your knees bent and rest your hands on your tummy. We won't have any cushion or anything under the head because we're going to lift up and down and bridge now in a moment. But first, just bring yourself to settle. So you might want to actually have your socks off as well for this because we'll need a bit of grip under the feet. So resting the hands on the body, wherever it feels comfortable, really. Let the eyes close and take this moment to settle, feeling the breath come and go, feeling how you are now. Empty all doing, even any control of your breath. Just allow yourself to be. Feel the weight of your body settle deeper into the support of the earth. Now begin to deepen the breath. Breathing in for a little bit longer. Feel the belly expand, the ribs expand. Rock the pelvis slightly forwards. And on the out breath, as the belly sinks down, press the back of the waist into the earth, lengthening the lower back, curl the tailbone towards the knees. Bring the arms down by your sides and now breathe in again. Rock the pelvis forwards. You can go a little further with that, really arching the back, then flattening it out. And this time, as you're flattening out on the exhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, curl on up into a bridge. You can keep it low. And just breathe in here, really lengthening through the underside of the body. Then breathing out, lower it down, bone by bone. So we're going to do that a few times. Breathing in to rock the pelvis forwards. And then breathing out to roll our way up into that bridge. Sneeze was coming, excuse me. Stay up in your bridge as you breathe in. And then roll it on down as you breathe out. Now, as we continue here, we can bring the arms into it. So if it confuses matters, leave the arms out of it. But if you like, as you breathe out and roll up into the bridge, lift the hands up towards your ceiling and then over behind your head so that when you're in the bridge and you breathe in, you can really reach through your fingers while you send your tailbone towards your knees. Then on the out breath, lift the arms, retracing the path of the arms coming up. Bring them back down by your sides as you lower. Rock the hips forwards. Let's do it 2 more times. Breathing out. With or without your arms, come up into that bridge. Now feel the strength of the legs, all 4 corners of your feet on the earth as you breathe in. And see if you can keep that connection between the feet and the earth as you're coming down. We can be a bit inclined to lift our toes, or, well, the toes are okay, but not the balls of the feet. You want to keep the balls of the feet down. So one last time, press through the heels, through the balls of the feet, activate the arches of the feet. Let's stay up in our bridge for a little bit longer now. You stay here, breathe into it. You could let your hips have a little sway or even a little pivot, lifting one hip bone and then the other. You could even circle the hips up and around. Relax your face, stay with your breath. Let's bring our arms down by our sides, stay up in the bridge. Tuck the shoulders in a little more, maybe interlace your fingers underneath you, pressing the little fingers towards the earth. But continue now to lengthen the tailbone towards the knees, even as the bridge gets higher. 4 corners of each foot on the floor. Now let's ease it on out. Separate the hands, separate the shoulder blades. Now take your time, breathe, and roll your spine down, maybe keeping that little bit of movement through the hips. Ease on out through the lower back, then rock your pelvis forwards on your inhale. As you exhale and rock it back, draw your knees into your body here. Give yourself a little hug or rock from side to side. I'm going to keep the right knee in and extend the left leg away down the mat. Give your right leg a little squeeze here. Now, right arm out to the side, draw the leg over to the left for a twist. So as you twist here, roll to the little toe edge of the extended leg, your left leg. Really let yourself roll over onto the outside of that left leg. Big breath in. And on your out breath, roll the chest open to the sky, roll the head towards the right. Stay here. One more breath. Good. Come on, back to the middle, draw the knee into the body. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Now draw the left leg in and the right leg away. A little squeeze into you. Okay, now left arm out to the side and draw the leg across to the right. So again here, just notice that you've allowed yourself to roll onto the outside edge of your right leg. You could bring yourself right over onto your side, then open back across the upper body. Soften the left shoulder. You could have your right hand on the outside of the left leg. One more breath. Back to the middle now. Let's breathe in. Come on to the back, draw the leg into the body and bring the other one in as well now. Separate the knees and reach through for your feet. So you're holding your feet in close to you and then lift the feet up to the sky. Happy baby. We're going to roll our way over to our side. Let go of the feet. Just roll to your side and come up from here. Use your hands, use your legs to help you so your head can follow. Good. Now, when you come all the way up, place the right leg across the mat so it's parallel to the front edge and swing the other one back so that the shin of the left leg is parallel to the edge of your mat. 90 degrees with the front leg, 90 degrees with the back leg. Okay, I'm sitting on my right hip. Now, bring the right hand to the ground behind you. Bring your left hand over that front leg. You can lean back a little bit, but take a lovely big breath in and then twist around to the right. Look over your shoulder. Take another breath here. Come on back to the center. Give yourself a little twist the other way. It only has to be a tiny little movement around the other direction. Now, keep the legs as they are and face that front leg and tip yourself over it. Bow down over it. It's like almost like a modified version of pigeon. Opening up that right hip. How does that feel? Is that okay? Another breath. Lovely to see so many of you here now. Well done. And rise up as you breathe in and stick back to change the legs over. So left leg comes across, shin parallel to the front edge of the mat. Right leg hooks back, shin parallel to the edge of your mat. So you got those two 90-degree angles. And then the left hand to the floor behind you, like go back a bit, lean into it. Right hand over the left leg. Little twist. Big breath in, open through the front body. And then breathe out, twist around. Let that twist come right into the neck. Yeah. So one more breath here. Then we unwind, keep the legs as they are, and see what you can do by twisting the other way. It's kind of asking quite a lot of the right hip here. Just go easy, feel into it. Now unwind, facing the front leg, bow forwards. Only as much as that hip will allow. Should be no sensation in your knee. Keep your foot flexed. Take another breath. It's a lovely way of modifying pigeon if the full version brings tension to your knee. Bring it on up. We'll swing the legs around in front. Now we're going to come over onto our hands and knees. Now I've set myself up here this morning, so I have a block at the front of the mat and a block at the end of the mat. That's kind of a good way to do it because we might need to grab them now and again. Okay. When you're ready, come to your hands and knees and we're just going to circle our hips. Coming around to the side of the mat, coming around the front, around the other side and back towards your heels. Keep your breath flowing and just let the weight of the body shift around in this circle. Soften your face, your jaw, your mouth, send it around the other way. This is not good for your knees. Maybe fold a blanket and put it across that part of your mat where your knees are. Let's keep it going. Take another breath. You can change that direction if you like, and you can even make it like a figure 8, a kind of an S shape. Using out the hips, easing out the lower back. And then we're going to crawl ourselves back a little bit on the mat. We're going to take our hands a little further. Take a breath in, firm your hands. And as you breathe out, draw the hips back over your knees. Anahatasana. Open through your shoulders. Now on your inhale, roll up through cat. So there's this little bit of a rounding, bow your head. Now go in again to that anahatasana, lengthening and bowing, heart opening to the earth. One more time, rising, feel that ripple through the spine from the tailbone to the neck. Then the tailbone's drawing up and back as the heart bows. Come forwards now on your forearms. So shift the shoulders forwards. Now you can be like this on your knees or tuck your toes and lift your knees. Now that's totally up to you, okay? We're going to stay with this. Breathing here, pressing back through the heels and forwards through the head. Take another breath, engaging deeply through your core. Breathe out. And at the very end of the breath, let the legs come down to the earth, point the toes back. Breathe in. Now open an upward puppy, lifting the head. Breathe out. Bow your head. Draw your heart into the spine. Draw your navel into the spine, coiling in through the front body. Do that again. So breathing in, we soften and open into the back bend. And as we exhale and bow the head, feel that ripple down through your spine to become this core connection. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open into upward puppy once more. Inhale. Now come on down onto your front and put your fingertips on the floor, your hands quite wide. It's ready for cobra, but a little wider. And then breathe in and roll your right shoulder back. Lift and look around over it. And then come down, exhale. Now left shoulder, roll it back, rise with it. Take a little peek around over that shoulder and then come on down. Now bring both hands in a little bit closer together, flat on the floor or on your fingertips. Roll both shoulders back. Rise in cobra. Now press on the hands, lift the core, come to your knees and then back, hips to the heels, tuck your toes under. Breathe in from here, rise through cat pose. So come forwards to all fours and then breathe out. Lift the head and the tailbone, lift the knees, downward dog. Breathing here. Shift the weight of the hips from side to side and feel each hand in turn firmly pressing into the earth. If you're not able to take that much weight in the hands or wrists or shoulders, feel free to substitute dolphin or child's pose here. I'm going to walk our hands back towards us. Shift onto the feet. Breathe in, slide the hands over the feet, over the shins, lift halfway. Breathe out, slide the hands down the backs of the calves, all the way to the ankles, bow in. Stay here. You can hold on to the back of the ankles or drop the hands to the earth, what feels good. Perhaps a little sway of the body side to side. Keep breathing and dropping the weight of your head. Relax your face, one more breath. Now let go of any grip with the hands, bend the knees and breathe in, curl up about halfway, sway. Bring yourself a little bit side to side, with the movement of like a willow tree, in the wind, like really effortless. Very fluid. Keep it going now as you keep uncurling. Gradually, the knees are definitely bent, they're soft. Unwinding the spine, go slow. And then rolling eventually in your time, each shoulder back. The neck and the head come into alignment. And then breathe in, open, arms to the sky, reach up. Breathe out, draw it down, pause at the third eye. Bring to the heart center. And then let the hands come down by your sides. Interlace your fingers behind you or grab a belt to hold between the two hands. So with the feet hip width apart, breathe in and pull the hands back and down to open the chest. Now bow forwards, bend the knees, fold in over the legs, drop the head. The hands rise off the back, whether they're interlaced or holding the belt, giving yourself that bit of space around the shoulders. Yeah. Lovely. And stay with it. Take another breath. Long exhale. And then letting go of the hands, letting go of the belt. Bring the fingertips to the earth. Breathe in. Bend the knees and look ahead of you. Take your feet a little bit wider. Turn your toes slightly out. Come towards a squat. Take the weight in the feet, the hands in prayer, elbows inside your knees. Stay leaning in. Stay leaning in so that the hips are open here. The feet are firm on the earth. Good, perfect, everyone. Take another breath. Feel that space right in there, in around the hip joints. Walk on out on your hands. Let's come to our downward dog. We're going to come forwards through a connecting vinyasa. Come forwards to plank as you breathe in. Now lower down. You can go knees first or legs straight. Now rise on your fingertips or on your palms. Come to cobra. Lift on the knees. Pull back, hips towards the heels, right back, tuck the toes. Breathe in, come forwards through cat. And then back, lifting the head, lift the tailbone, downward dog. And bring our feet together. Breathe in, extending your right leg up through the sky now. Go up on your left toes. Breathe out, draw that foot forwards, up between your hands. Staying off the back knee here if you can, be on your fingertips. And on your inhale, gather in, coiling like cat. Bow your head. Breathe out and go longer, deeper. Hips lower, back leg lifting, head and heart lifting. Again, breathe in, gather, coiling. Then lengthening, feel the front shin press forwards as the back heel presses back. One more time, inhale, gathering in through the center, yes. And then lengthen it out, exhale. I'm going to drop that back knee to the floor. Feel free to put a cushion under it if you like. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Pull your hips back, rolling onto the front heel. So we straighten the leg as much as we can. The blocks could be helpful here. We breathe in and we lift the heart. And then breathe out, bow down. Now, to the best of your ability, where you are this morning, relax your neck, relax your head. Take a breath. At this point in your day, I should say, really, it might not be the morning. Take another breath. Breathe out. And come on forwards. Come back to that low lunge now. Keep the back knee on the floor. You can point your toes away. We're going to shift to the left. Walk the hands around to the left. Now pivot the foot behind your knee. Here's where you might grab a block with that left hand. Put it at the end of your mat. Your hand on that block. Straighten the right leg. Pivot the foot to the floor. And then reach the arm, right arm, overhead. We're going to stay here for a moment. So let it breathe. Let it soften through the middle on the exhale. And as you inhale, bring the hips forwards in underneath you. Open the heart towards the sky. Reach through the fingers. Soften on your exhale. And on your inhale, give it a little bit more. It almost becomes like a back bend here as we open the front body. Lean into it. And then release it. Leave that block out of your way. Come back around to the front. And your hands now inside your front foot. So wiggle the front foot out to the side a bit. Give your hips a little rock. You could stay high up in your hands, or you could drop yourself on in there a little bit lower, or use a block or two for your arms. Feel into your right hip. Come up on your hands if you're down low. Let's breathe in and draw the leg back. Come to your knees, hands out ahead of you. Breathe out, anahatasana. Open through the heart. Don't force it. Don't push your shoulders. That's plenty. Come forwards on your forearms. Breathe in, setting up your version of forearm plank. Lower the legs. Breathe in and rising upward puppy. Breathe out, bring it down. Bring your hands back behind you. We'll interlace our fingers, and as we breathe in, float in Shalabhasana, locust. Breathe out, bring the fingertips to the floor under your shoulders. So you could do it on your palms either. We're going to lower the legs and rise in cobra. Inhale. Now lift through the middle. Pull the hips back to the heels. Tuck your toes. Rising through cat. Inhale to all fours. Then lift the head, lift the tailbone, and take that back into downward dog. Back into downward dog where we breathe. Bring the feet together. Breathe in. Left leg rises up on the right toes. Breathe out, coil in. Gather your leg in underneath you as you step it forwards. Keep it high. And then we stay high off the back knee. Breathe out. Okay. Begin to breathe here, pulsing, gathering in as we breathe in. Lengthening out 4 directions of lunge. Exhale. 2 more times. So there's the coiling. Yes, exactly. And then as we breathe out, lengthen forwards and back, down and up. Can you feel the upward lift? 1 more time. So on that exhale, the upward movement is the back leg lifting. It's also the heart and the head lifting. Drop the back knee down. Breathe in. Let's roll the hips on back. Roll onto the heel of the front foot. Half splits. Ardha Hanumanasana. Breathe out. Settle in over the leg. Now again, we can let this wave of movement help us here, so that as we breathe in, there's a little lifting, lengthening, and bow as we exhale, feeding the body over and down that leg. 1 more. So imagine as you breathe out and you move over and down that leg, your leg is coming back towards you. Come forwards, breathe in. We're in our low lunge now. We're on the back knee. And we're going to shift around to the right, walk the hands around, pivot the foot behind your knee. Grab your block if you want to use it here for that right hand at the end of the mat. Straighten the left leg and just turn your foot so the toes point to the edge of the mat. Now we breathe in, left arm, overhead. It's like side plank. Breathe out, soften through the middle. So that as we breathe in from our foundations, we can get longer, more open. Again, let there be that pulsing of the breath. Exhale to soften. And then 1 more time, give it a little bit more. Open up. And then when you're ready, shift the block out of your way, come back around to the front. Move your foot out to the left a bit, your hands inside the foot. Little rock, a little sway. You can stay here, or you might grab a block or even a bolster or something. Bring your arms down, maybe your forearms come right to the floor. Take another breath. Maybe 1 arm to the floor. It's all about that left hip here. Now hands to the earth, we're going to breathe in and bring the leg back to the hands and knees once more. Anahatasana once more as we exhale. So important in this one not to feel that you're pushing down through your shoulders. Pull your hips back. Now forwards on the forearms into our strong forearm plank, that core connection. And then lower it. Upward puppy. So we kind of melt through the middle, rise through the heart. Lower on down. Take the hands back behind. Interlace your fingers. Shalabhasana, locust, floating on your tummy. Breathe out. Keep that strength in the back body, the legs floating. Bring the fingertips to the earth under the shoulders. And now from here, legs are active, but they come to the earth as we rise in cobra and then lift. Strong core and back. Hips to the heels. Tuck your toes under. Little stretch for your feet. Now from here, cat. Come forwards. Inhale. Exhale, basically cow pose, but then we lift our knees. Downward dog. Be here in the simplicity of downward dog. Reconnect to your breath. Walk your feet forwards a little bit up your mat. Breathe in, bring your feet together. And lift the heart, lift the head. Now we're going to come to Malasana, a variation of squat. You come to your hunkers. My heels lift here. Take your knees apart and crouch down. Inside there in that gap between the knees. Can reach the hands forwards. If you can keep your heels on the earth, go for it. But not if it means you're kind of falling backwards. Balance between the front and the back. Take one more breath. The inner edges of our feet are together. Now we're just going to sit ourselves down. You might need to use your hands behind you to help, or can you gently let your bum come down. Now stretch your right leg straight ahead. Draw that left leg in nice and close. Foot against the inner thigh, knee out to the side. If you want to put a cushion or a block under the knee or under your bum, do. Take a breath in. Lift tall through the front of the body. And then bow forwards. Janu, sirsasana. So yoga strap around the foot can be nice here. Or we can just let the hands be on the earth, or maybe they reach the foot. So all that swaying, that breathing, that feeling of almost like a jellyfish moving, that pulsation of in and out, it's still here. Can you feel that with your breath? Let go of the rigidity. Let yourself sway a little bit. Feel the sensations in your body, and can you accept them? Can you soften into it? One more breath. And then we rise up, we breathe in, come all the way up. Go ahead, stretch the leg on out, bend the other one up first, and then out to the side, sole of the foot against the left inner thigh. We're looking directly at that left leg. Let's breathe in, lift up. And then over we go, over the left leg. Bow down. So where does the sensation show up in your body? It can be totally different on the two sides. Keep that little bit of a sway, that rise and fall, that contraction and expansion. When you're ready, on an inhale, come up. Sit tall, exhale. Let's stretch the leg on out in front. So we're just going to roll ourselves down onto the back for a little spinal twist. Sit forward a bit, arms out ahead of you. Roll yourself on down. And then take the arms overhead, big stretch, reach to the fingers and toes. And then gather the knees up into your body. And give yourself a little hug. And then we twist. We drop the two legs over to the left, keeping the knees together, right angle with the legs, reach the right arm back on the ground behind you. Take a big breath into the belly, into the ribs and chest. And as you breathe out, ease a little bit deeper into that twist. Good. Then back to the center. Breathing in to draw it back, knees into the body. Yes, and then over the other way, dropping the legs over. Soften the left arm, soften the shoulder, even bend the elbow. Nice. End of your breath. Come on back to the middle. Draw both knees into the body. Give yourself a little hug, a little rock. Lovely. Then we're going to roll our way on over to the side and come up and gather whatever we need for Shavasana, our socks, our jumpers, get it all on. And then we're going to prop ourselves. So if you don't have a yoga bolster, you can use pillows or cushions for this. If you have a bolster, put it across your mat. Grab one of your yoga blocks or a cushion and put it in under the side that's nearest your head. Just elevate that a bit. If you're using pillows or cushions, use your couple of yoga blocks across your mat and then put your pillows on top of that. This is for the back of your knees. A cushion for under your head with the little corner of the cushion pointing straight down the mat. And make sure you've got a cozy blanket to put over you, maybe an eye pillow. And I'm using another blanket, rolling it up to put under the ankles. Might even have another little cushion for under your hands. So once you're ready to settle in, it's really important that with the support under the legs, that we get the knees up higher than the ankles, okay? That's kind of the point. So you have the lower legs dropping down. I love that support under the ankles. The heels are free. It's just the Achilles tendon supported. Tuck the tailbone, tuck the sacrum. Lie down, get that cushion under your head. Maybe these two cushions for the hands, really wide of your body now. Glorious. So the cushions, if we're using them for the hands, it's just for the hands, not the lower arms. Put a blanket over the whole lot. An eye pillow on the eyes if you have one. Let your body relax. Let your breath come and go. And here for the next few minutes, we allow the practice to settle. You can always do this sitting up too. There is something lovely about being held in Shavasana, allowing your body to sink down, to let go completely. Let your breath rise and fall. And as simple as that, let the awareness settle on the breath. Disengage from any effort. You don't have to control your breath. Just be with it as it rises and falls, and be with the little spaces that show up in between. Relax any effort. Feel your body gradually soften. Notice any feelings, any sensations or thoughts that arise. Notice them. They come and they go. And you keep returning to your breath. Letting go of any tension that may have come along with any effort that showed up. Come back to the breath, come back to the quiet. And be aware of your body. Don't move or change anything, just fully inhabit your body. Repeat your own positive affirmation 3 times, or repeat to yourself 3 times, I accept what life brings me now. And take a deeper breath in. Feel the belly rise. Let it go slowly. And then one more time, a deep breath into the belly. This time as you breathe out, press the back of your waist to the earth. Feel the pelvis get strong and stable here. Then bend one leg, dragging it towards you, put your foot on the bolster, and then bend the other leg, the 2 feet on the bolster. Pause. As you're ready, roll to whatever side you prefer and settle. Take a moment on your side, relax. Then come up gently to sitting. And when you found your seat, let's take a moment. Let's just open the palms away from us. Breathe in. Breathe out and bring your hands together in prayer at your heart center. Bow your head. Notice how you feel. And let something come to mind you feel grateful for. Let's take a deep breath in. Open the arms wide. Reach up to the sky, big stretch. Bring it together, hands drawing down, pause at the third eye. Pause at your heart. And bring the hands to the earth, grounding your practice. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.